Baba's Murli of the 18th of June 2024. And in the essence, Baba says, sweet children, make full effort to remove your defects. Keep a chart of the virtues you lack. Donate virtues and you will become virtuous. Sweet children, make full effort to remove your defects. Keep a chart of the virtues you lack. Donate virtues and you will become virtuous. Question: which Srimad do you first receive in order to become virtuous? Which Srimad do you first receive in order to become virtuous? Answer: sweet children, in order to become virtuous, 1. Do not look at anyone's body. Consider yourself to be a soul and listen to the one Father alone and only look at the Father alone. Don't listen to the dictates of human beings. 2. Do not have any such activities under the influence of body consciousness that you would defame the Father's name and the Brahmin clan. Those with wrong activity cannot become virtuous. They are known as the ones who defame the family's name. Together with Murli being a beautiful Murli, I think it is a very important Murli. How to become virtuous, how not to defame the Father. Om Shanti. Bab Dada was holding some jasmine, some flowers. Baba is showing you these fragrant flowers so that you can become like them. You children know that you definitely did become flowers. You became roses and also became jasmine. That is, you became diamonds and are also becoming those once again. You are now real. Previously, you were false. There was nothing but falsehood. And there was not even a grain of truth. You are now becoming true. You are now becoming true. Those who are honest also need all the virtues. However many virtues you have to donate them to others to such an extent that you make them similar to yourself. This is why the Father continues to tell you children, keep a chart of your virtues. Check whether there are any defects in you and whether you lack any divine virtues. check your chart every night. It is a different matter for people of the outside world. You are not human beings now. Just imagine. You are not human beings now. You are Brahmins. Brahmins mean those who are elevated, those who are virtuous, those who are pure. Although all are human beings, there is a great difference in each one's virtues and behavior. Some human beings in the kingdom of Maya are very good and virtuous, but they don't know the Father. They are religious minded and are very soft hearted. People of the world have a variety of virtues, whereas when you become deities, everyone has divine virtues. However, because this is a study, there is a difference in your status. First, you have to study. Second, you have to remove all your defects. You have to remove all your defects. You children understand that you are unique in the world. It is only the one Brahmin clan sitting here. In the Shudra clan, there are the dictates of human beings. In the Brahmin clan, there are God's directions. First of all, you have to give people the Father's introduction. You say that so and so argues a lot. Baba explains that you should write to them and say, we are Brahmin. That is, we are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, and we are following God's directions. And they will then understand that there is no one higher than you. God is the highest on high, and we, His children, are following His directions. We do not follow human directions. We become deities by following God's direction. We have completely renounced following human direction. Therefore, no one can argue with you. If someone asks, where did you hear this? Who taught you? You reply, we are following God's direction. There is no question of inspiration. We have understood everything from God, the unlimited Father. Tell them, we have been following the dictates of the scriptures of the path of devotion for a long time. We have now received God's direction. You children have to praise the Father alone. First of all, instill it in your intellect that you are following God's direction. We do not follow the dictates of human beings, nor do we listen to them. God has said, hear no evil, see no evil. Do not listen to human dictates. Human dictates would mean listening to evil. Look at souls, not bodies. This body is impure. What is there to see in this? Do not use your eyes to look at it. This body is completely impure. This body is not going to get any better. It will become even older. It is the soul that is being reformed day by day. Souls are immortal. This is why the Father says, see no evil. You must not even see bodies. Forget all your bodily relations, including your own body. See the soul and listen to the one Supreme Father alone. It is this that takes effort. You also feel that this is a great subject. Those who are clever will also claim a high status. Liberation in life can be received within a second. However, if you do not make full effort, you will also have to experience a great deal of punishment. You children become sick for the blind in order to give them the Father's introduction. Souls cannot be seen, they have to be understood. Souls are very tiny. Just look how much space human beings who live under the element of sky take up. Human beings continue to come and go. Human beings continue to come and go. Do souls come and go? Souls take up such a small space. This is something to think about. There will be a swarm of souls. There will be a swarm of souls. In comparison to a body, a soul is very tiny. It takes up very little space. You need a great deal of space to live in. You children become those with broad and unlimited intellect. The Father explains new things to you for the new world. The one who explains to you is also new. The one who explains to you is also new. Human beings continue to ask everyone for mercy. They do not have the strength to have mercy for themselves. You are receiving power. You have claimed your inheritance from the Father. No one else can be called merciful. Human beings cannot be called deities. Only the one Father is merciful. He is the one who changes humans into deities. This is why it has been said that the praise of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is limitless. There is no limit to His praise. You now know that there is also no limit to His mercy. Everything is new in the new world that Baba creates. Human beings, birds and animals, everything there is Tato Pradhan. The Father has explained that when you become elevated, your furniture is also remembered as being elevated, the most elevated, which means everything around the elevated soul also becomes elevated, becomes pure, it becomes first class. The Father is also called the highest. You receive the kingdom of the world from Him. The Father tells you clearly, I bring paradise on the palm of my hand. And those people make saffron, etc., emerge from the palms of their hands. Here, it is a question of studying. This is a true study. You understand, you have come to this school to study. When you open many of these schools, people will see your activities. However, when you behave in a wrong way, you defame the name. We defame God's name when our behavior is contradictory to what God is teaching. The Bible says, when you open many of these schools, people will see your activities. However, when you behave in a wrong way, you defame the name. Whose name? Baba's name. Baba's face, Baba's honor. The activities of those who are body conscious are different. When people see such behavior, it is as though everyone is defamed. They think that there is no difference in their activities, and so it is as though that soul has defamed the Father. This is a very important checking point for today. It takes time, but all the blame falls on Him. You need very good manners. How long does it take to reform your characters? You understand that the characters of some are very good. They are first class. That too is visible. Baba sits here and looks at each of you children to see what defects have to be removed from you. He examines each one. Everyone has defects. Therefore, the Father continues to see everyone and their results. The Father has love for you children. He knows which particular defect you have in you, and that is the reason why you will not be able to claim a high status. It will be very difficult if you don't remove your defect. Baba understands this by seeing you. You understand that there is still some time left. He examines each one. The Father's vision falls on each one's virtue. Imagine Baba's vision falling on each child. The Father's vision falls on each one's virtue. He asks, are there any defects in you? You tell the truth when you come in front of Baba. Some have body consciousness, and so they do not speak about them. The Father continues to say, those who act without being asked are called deities, and those who do so after being asked are called human beings. And those who don't do it even after being asked are called dot dot dot. Baba says so, even as Baba continues to say, when you come in front of the Father, tell him of the defect you have in this birth. Baba tells everyone, tell the surgeon about your weakness, not any illness of your body, but the illness you have inside. What devilish thoughts do you have inside you? Baba will then explain and tell you that you will not be able to claim a high status in that condition, that is, not until you have removed those defects. It is defects that cause a lot of deformation. In this Murli has so many points for us to really remember and practice. It is defects that cause a lot of deformation. People develop doubt and think, is God teaching you? God is beyond name and form. He is omnipresent. How can He be teaching them? Just look at their behavior. Hmm? The Father knows this. You should have first-class virtues. If you hide your defects, your arrows will not hit the target to that extent. Therefore, to whatever extent possible, continue to remove your defects. Note down the defects you have, and your conscience will then bite you. Note down the defects you have, your conscience will then bite you. If there is a law, your conscience would bite you. Businessmen write up their accounts every day, showing how much profit they have made. They check their accounts every day. The Father also says, look at your behavior every day. Otherwise, you will harm yourself and cause the Father's honor to be lost. Those who defame the Guru cannot reach their destination. Those who are body conscious cannot reach their destination. Those who are soul conscious reach a good destination. All of you are making effort to become soul conscious. Day by day, you are reforming yourself. Put an end to the activities you perform due to body consciousness. Things are definitely committed due to body consciousness. So sins are definitely committed due to body consciousness. Therefore, continue to become soul conscious. You understand that no one becomes a king at birth. It takes time for you to become soul conscious. You also understand that you now have to return home. Children come to Baba. Some come after 6 months, some after 8 months. And so Baba sees how much progress they have made in that time. They are reforming themselves day by day. Sorry, are they reforming themselves day by day? Or is there still something wrong? The question. While moving along, some stop studying. Baba says, what is this? God is teaching you in order to make you into gods and goddesses, and yet you stop studying? Oh, the word God Father is teaching you, and you remain absent? Maya is very powerful. She turns your faces away from this first class study. There are many who continue to move along and then they kick this study aside. You children understand that your faces are now towards heaven and that your feet are towards hell. You are confluence aged Brahma. This old world belongs to Ravan. You will go to the land of happiness via the land of peace. You children just have to remember this. Time is very short. You may even leave your body tomorrow. If you don't have remembrance of the Father in your final moments, what would your destination be? If you don't have remembrance of the Father in your final moments, what would be your destination? The Father explains a great deal to you. These things are incognito. This knowledge is also incognito. You also know that whatever effort you made in the previous cycle, you will make the same effort now. The Father also continues to explain to you according to the drama as he did in the previous cycle. There can be no difference in that. Continue to remember the Father and your sins will be absolved. You should not experience punishment. What would the Father say if you had to endure punishment in front of him? You have also had vision. At that time, he will not be able to forgive you. The Father is teaching you through this one, and so you will have a vision of this one. He will also continue to tell you through this one the things you did. Then, at that time, you will cry a great deal and you will also cry out in repentance. Punishment cannot be given without you having a vision of what you have done. This is a very strong Murli. Punishment cannot be given without you having a vision of what you have done. You will be told that you were taught so much that you still perform such action. You also understand how many sins you have committed by following the dictates of Ravan. You became worshippers from being worthy of worship. You used to say that the Father is omnipresent. This is a number one insult. To say that the Father is omnipresent is an insult. Baba says this is a number one insult. This also creates a huge account. The Father complains about how you have flapped yourself. It is the people of Bharat who have fallen to such an extent. The Father comes and explains, you have now received so much understanding. However, you understand number-wise according to the drama. Previously too, the result of the class until now was the same. The Father will definitely tell you, children, that you can continue to make progress. Maya is such that she does not let you remain soul conscious. This is a big subject. Therefore, consider yourself to be soul and remember the Father so that your sins are burnt away. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana 1. Sins are definitely committed when you become body conscious. Those who are body conscious cannot reach their destination. Therefore, make full effort to become soul conscious. No action should be performed which would defame the name of the Father. No action should be performed which would defame the name of the Father. Second, tell the Father honestly about your internal illness. Do not hide your defects. Check what defects you have. Make yourself virtuous with this study. Make yourself virtuous with this study. The blessing. May you become an altruistic server by remaining free from any limited royal desires while serving. May you become an altruistic server by remaining free from any limited royal desires while serving. Father Brahma gave the proof of remaining free from any bondage of karma and of being detached. Apart from doing service and having love, there were no other bondages. Limited royal desires in your service also bind you in a bondage of karmic accounts. True servers remain free from even these karmic accounts. Just as the bondage of your body is a bondage in relationship to your body, in the same way, a selfish motive in your service is also a bondage. Remain free from this bondage, from royal karmic accounts, and become an altruistic server. Slogan: do not keep your promises in a file, but reveal them by becoming final. In brackets, complete. So, do not keep your promises in a file, but reveal them by becoming final. In brackets, complete. And now I will do the Avyak signal for today, 18th of June. Become karma yogi who have the method of remembrance and the increase of wealth. Be a karma yogi. The easy method to go fast even when you come last is to always be a karma yogi. Perform actions and also stay in remembrance. Do not become so busy in action that you will forget your form. Stay in your soul conscious stage. Take the support of the body. Perform action with the physical organ, and as soon as the action is complete, become detached. This stage of a karma yogi will easily make you karmatit. Come into action when you want and become detached when you want. Om Shanti.